Most legal teams think they're stuck choosing between risky public AI tools and outrageously expensive private legal AI subscriptions. But here's what vendors don't want you to know. You can deploy your own AI models, such as Claude and GPT, completely privately on your own infrastructure for the price of a GPT subscription. I'm Rok, founder of MPL Legal Tech Advisors. After mapping your processes with you, we de-risk and ship AI you can defend to your partners and your regulators. In the next few minutes, I'll walk you through setting up your own, completely private, access to GPT and Claude models. We'll take it step by step, and the best part, you don't have to be technical at all. Now, before we dive in, here is why this matters for legal professionals. What most vendors won't admit is that their AI is not private, nor is it anything unique. They're just taking OpenAI's GPT and Anthropic's Claude models, deploying them on their servers, putting a new dashboard on top, and charging you 10x the price that they're paying. That's literally what's running behind the scenes. Setup is the easy part. Strategy and adoption is where most legal teams need help. If that's you, let's jump on a call. The link is in the description. Let's talk about the privacy myth for a second. Because even when legal AI vendors promise private AI, your data still goes through their servers first. So you're not getting the real privacy here. You're just paying the premium for the same risk. True privacy means that the data stays under your control and that the model runs on your infrastructure, not the vendors. Another downside is that you lose control. So when you're using a vendor's AI tool, there's always a layer of a system prompt that is theirs. And that means that you cannot prompt the AI directly or tailor it to your firm's needs. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not against legal AI tools. But if the only reason you're using them is so you can have private conversations with AI and you can benefit from the big models on the market, then you don't need them. Because it's so easy and cheap, you can just set it up yourself and you get the full power of AI. No restrictions with prompting, full control of your data, and the cost the same as your ChatGPT subscription. Now let's make this real. I'll show you how to set up your own private GPT and Claude Sonnet models step by step with zero technical background needed. Let's get started. We'll start with Microsoft Azure OpenAI service. First, we're going to access azure.microsoft.com and we're going to get started with Azure. So you can try Azure for free, and I think they have a 30 days for free, and then you can pay as you go. That means that you're going to be paying for your usage of AI per token, and the prices are exactly the same as they are with OpenAI public API, which is approximately for personal usage around 20 euros a month. You can click create account if you don't have one yet. Make sure to select your work email and not your personal one. I'm going to sign in because I already have the account. When you sign in, you're going to land in this dashboard. And we're going to create a resource. A resource is needed so we can deploy the model on it. Here, it's important to choose Azure OpenAI and select this one. We're going to use our default subscription and create a resource. A resource group, fill in something memorable. So, my private GPT. For the region, we're going to select Germany West Central for a good reason. I'm going to show you later. For the name, again, something memorable. For the pricing tier, we're going to select the standard one. Later on, when you're out of free tier, this means pay as you go. So you're paying for the usage, not for the hours of your model being deployed. Now, for the purpose of this demo, we're going to go with allowing this to be accessible online. But if you want an extra layer of security, you can select disabled. This means that you need to create your own private endpoints so you're able to access this model. This is not important for now. We're just going to review everything and create the resource. Now, as you can see here, we have some status updates. Deployment is in progress. It's going to take a few minutes to deploy. And now that it's deployed, we need to go and visit the resource. Here is our resource. Imagine that we have now deployed a blank page. That blank page exists, but on it, we need to put our AI model so we can communicate to it. So for this, we're going to access Azure AI Foundry portal. It's going to take us to this new dashboard. And here we're going to create our new deployment. There's a couple of things I want to show you. For example, let's say that we want to deploy, and we're going to select base models always because we don't have our own fine-tuned models yet, and this is not something I would recommend looking into at all. Let's say that we want to deploy GPT-5 chat. One thing I can show you now is, let's confirm, insufficient quota for selected options. and then you can see model version upgrade. So what this means is that this resource where we try to deploy it currently doesn't have enough space to be able to deploy our model. So we can try always later. Another thing, and unfortunately I cannot show you now because it's the same for GPT-5 Mini and Nano, but currently through Azure OpenAI, GPT-5 is only available in a US region. So that is something that is important for a European law firm, and that's why I would advise for using this model. GPT 4.1, as you can see, you can deploy it in Germany West Central. So with this, the data literally doesn't leave the walls of the European Union. We're going to deploy the model, and here you can see that we can immediately have a chat. I've prepared a little something here. You're a legal assistant, draft a professional email to a client explaining that their contract review is taking longer than expected due to complex liability clauses that need careful analysis. Keep it under 150 words, professional, but a reassuring tone. Well, we see that it works. We can talk to our own private model. The data doesn't leave our possession, and we can set up monitoring, we can set up audit logging, and we can set up everything to be completely compliant. This is going to cost us around $20 a month, the same as ChatGPT subscription. And if later on you identify how to use AI in a workflow in an invisible manner, you can connect to the model that we just deployed programmatically. We've set up Azure OpenAI, and we've seen how we can easily test it by using the playground that is already in the platform. Now we're going to go through setting up option 2. On Azure OpenAI, you can only deploy OpenAI's models and not Claude from the company Anthropic. You can deploy many other models, but not Claude. So for that, AWS Bedrock service. Now let me walk you through the setup step by step. Open your browser, visit aws.amazon.com and create an account if you don't have it yet. Also provide your payment details. The pricing is the same as with Azure OpenAI. You pay per token usage. I already have an account, so I'm going to sign in. After signing in, you're going to land on the console homepage. Because I have already used the services in US, I have recently visited Amazon Bedrock. You're not going to have it here. I suggest searching for it here and select the one under services. It's the only one. Go to model catalog and filter for Anthropic models. You can see that Claude Sonnet 4 is available to be requested. So we're going to select it. So we're going to click on those three dots here and modify the access. Currently we have in progress a request for Claude Sonnet 3.7, but we want to use the latest, Claude Sonnet 4. So we're going to just request model access, review that everything is correct, and click next. We're going to submit our request, and we can see that almost immediately we have Claude Sonnet 4 enabled. Now that's it. As mentioned, we don't have to deploy the model. We can immediately test it. We can go into the chat text playground. Our model, we have two available. We're going to select Claude. We're going to select our EU region and apply. We can even add system prompts here. You can change the parameters. You can set some guardrails. You can create them yourself here. You can configure as many filters as you want. But for the sake of this presentation, let's actually use the same prompt we did before with GPT or our own private GPT. Let's run the prompt, and here's our answer. Now remember, always review what AI suggested. Great, now we've set this up. We have our own private chatbots that we can use, powered by two most powerful models in the market right now, and we didn't have to pay any specialized legal AI subscription. Now let me show you the most interesting part. Why vendors don't want you to know that. Let's go and check the official OpenAI's API pricing. For GPT-5, we're going to pay $1.25 per 1 million tokens of input. This is what we write into the chatbot. And for the output, meaning for the answer that the AI is going to give us, we're going to pay $10 per 1 million tokens. Okay, now this is for OpenAI. Now let's go and check for Azure OpenAI. This is Azure's official pricing page. And let's scroll down. We're going to select our region. Mind you, when we were checking the pricing for OpenAI, those servers are in the US. You have no control. Here, we've deployed our model in Germany. So we're going to check for when it's going to be available in Germany, the price is going to be exactly the same. 125 per million token input and $10 for 1 million tokens of AI answers. Exactly the same. So that means that you can have a completely private model with data staying in your possession for the price of ChatGPT. Now let's go and see what's the situation with AWS Bedrock compared to Anthropic API. This is Anthropic's official pricing page. Let's check Claude Sonnet. So for prompts that are less than 200,000 tokens, we're paying $3 per million token. We even have a different price, double the price for prompts that are more than 200,000 tokens. And for the output for AI answers, we're paying $15 per million token. And for big answers, we're paying 22.5. Let's see how that translates to AWS Bedrock. So for the inputs, the messages that you send to AI, Bedrock is going to charge you 0.3 cents for 1,000 tokens. Multiply that by another 1,000 and you're getting to the same price you're paying with Anthropic's API. Same goes for the output. Multiply it by 1,000 and you're getting to $15 per 1 million tokens. And notice that you don't have double pricing for bigger prompts or answers. Same situation as with Azure OpenAI. So we can see that those services are of the same price as the original services. And that's why the vendors that are developing products that are just wrappers around those models and nothing else don't want you to know about this, because you don't need them. Great, now you have two of your own private, powerful models, but what do you use them for and what do you not use them for? I made an AI risk categorization table here. Let me talk you through this AI risk categorization table. AI is great for routine document and contract analysis, discovery, due diligence, NDAs, DPAs, standard agreements, timekeeping, running in the background and capturing all your billable hours, billing accuracy improvements, reducing time entry errors, meeting transcriptions and extracting action items. Risk level here is minimal, but it still exists and everything should be reviewed. Pro tip here, always independently verify all the citations that the AI might produce, even for the summaries. Under the yellow lane, we also have case review, analytics, and pattern recognition. For the red lane, I advise against using AI, delivering final legal advice or submitting court documents without thorough attorney review. Client intake, client communications without any human layer oversight. Uploading confidential, sensitive, personally identifiable information into public AI tools, and making binding decisions that directly affect client outcomes and legal strategy. The common mistake I see talking and working with legal teams every day is jumping straight into buying AI tools and then hoping for instant results. They let individual team members experiment on their own, which leads to wasted money, inconsistent outcomes, and compliance risks. And what I've seen working for legal teams instead is start with mapping your processes first. Once you map them in details, you'll identify bottlenecks, inefficiencies, and manual handoffs. Interview stakeholders at every level, partners, attorneys, associates, paralegals, to surface any pain points. Second, build your data foundation. AI is not going to work without it. Set up robust governance, policy, security, and compliance frameworks before deploying any AI tool. Ensure your data is organized, accessible, and free for sensitive client information leaks. Define problems before solutions. Set clear and measurable success criteria for each of your pain points. For example, reduce contract review turnaround by 30%. That's good measurable success criteria. And first, evaluate whether AI is really a good fit or just improving your previous process would already do the job. And approach opportunities with an open mind. Don't decide that you're going to implement AI here. Don't force AI into every gap. Sometimes simpler automations or just looking at your processes is a much better win for you. And then when AI is the right tool, make sure that you own the model, make sure that you centralize the usage, and that you're using secure and compliant platforms without the vendor middleman. The last step, pilot, measure, and refine. Pilot with one high-impact workflow, run a 30-day pilot, gather the feedback, and iterate. Train your team with real examples and provide clear red lines. Always maintain human oversight. If this helped you see through the legal AI vendor fog, here's what to do next. First, grab your free defensible AI pilot kit below. It helps you evaluate where exactly you can start with AI. Second, if you need clarity on hidden AI risks and opportunities in your firm, book a free legal AI consultation call and get actionable insights tailored to your case. Link is in the description. Thanks for watching, and let me know in the comments, what is your specific reason for buying a specialized legal AI subscription? See you in the next one.